Alright, so I'm going to start this off with the bat at 5th place. Now, a lot of you might be confused, might be concerned. The bat does have 15 range, and it is a decent melee weapon. I was going to say good, but I can't even call it that. Compared to the next 4 coming up, it's kind of garbage, but I can see the value in 15 range, and I always have. That's kind of why the axe dominated for a really long time, but the bat isn't quite the axe, alright? It's a lot slower, doesn't have the run speed, and actually has a slower fire rate. It just has 15 range. That's the only thing that's decent about it, but it doesn't make up for the downsides. 100% 5th place, not the best knife of the game, but it's better than the defaults. Alright, and in 4th place, which by the way I don't think anyone's really guessed it, it's going to be the Bowie knife. Now, this is a newer knife, and I haven't been playing with it too much, but I do know it's one of the better ones in the game. It does have 15 range, exactly like the axe, exactly like the bat, but it doesn't suffer from a slow fire rate, and it has the best animation as well. It's a top tier knife, but it just doesn't beat the next 3. There's nothing wrong with this knife except for like the slow animation delay and the slow fire rate, but even with that, it's a lot more consistent with the bat. The bat, you'll notice you swing through people, and it's just not as consistent, but the Bowie knife malpractice, whatever you want to call it, consistent, good fire rate, good swing, nice animation, definitely one of the better knives in the game. Alright, I've kind of struggled with this one a little bit, but in 3rd place, I am going to put the axe, or the lava axe, whatever you want to call it, whichever version you have. I know a lot of people are expecting to see this at the top of the list, but there are a lot of new melee weapons in the game, and they're just far better than the axe. If you use the axe just trying to get 1 kill in S&D, or maybe just try to run around the map, I could definitely see it being in 1st place, 100%, but for pure melee, for pure knife combat, it just doesn't have the capability to kill like 3 or 4 people, which some of you like, oh, there's no knife does. It does. Just wait till the end of the video. I'll show you all the clips I got. I got a full gameplay, and I'm not going to spoil what's number 1, but a lot of you already know. The axe is a really great melee weapon. It's the staple for like top tiers. It has 15 range, 105% run speed. It's the fastest thing in the game currently. It's just not the best melee weapon in the game. There is 1 and 2 that I think is going to be a lot better for you guys, but axe is in 3rd place, respectable, definitely an annoying weapon. I don't like it, but hey, it's good. Alright, and in a firm, clean number 2, and one of the most slept on melee weapons in the game, it's the shovel. Now, I don't know why it's so slept on, considering everyone got a free one, especially if you did it, you definitely got a free one. And there was a few purchases or whatever. It has like 12 or 13 range. It doesn't have the fastest fire rate, but it's not as slow as the Bowie knife, it's not as slow as the axe, and it's not as slow as the bat. It doesn't quite have the range they have, but it's just a better melee weapon in, full rounded. You can get multiple 3 or 4 kills with it. You can slide out. It doesn't have a bad animation. It has a good range, has a good fire rate, has a good everything. There's really no downside to it, and that's why it's in 2nd place over the axe. The axe has a bad animation. It has a lot of slowdown. It doesn't even pull out quick, so it's a really tough melee weapon to use, but the shovel is really easy. You can just pick it up and you can have some good games with it. Firm 2nd place. Definitely love it. Alright, and I feel like I don't even have to say this. This part is so unnecessary. It's number 1 is a katana. There's no doubt. There's nothing in the game that's better than the katana when we come to melee weapons. It has a high fire rate, literally a 9 fire rate out of 10, which is a little bit slower than a default knife, but it has 12 to 13 range, making it honestly unbelievable. It has no bad animation. There's 0 bad animations. It's very quick drop and raise time. It's beautiful. You can kill about 5 people in like in probably like 4 seconds. It's just too quick, man. It is too good of a knife, and it just, the slides you can get with it, the combos, the tomahawks, there's literally 0 downside to the katana. And I was really debating whether the shovel or the katana is better, but it has to be the katana for the side swing. It just has a wider distance that it can hit. If you just wiggle your screen left to right, the katana doesn't miss. If you do a little 180 when you pass somebody, it doesn't miss. The katana's number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the gameplay coming after. Drop a like.
Capture B.
Enemy down! I'm hurt! Enemy
Airstrike incoming. Careful. UAV online. Tied for the lead. Be online.
target down! Enemy contact!
Keep on them. We're winning this one. Losing at Alpha. Friendly sentry gun deployed. We're capturing C. UAV recon standing by. Captured Charlie. Friendly shock RC is ready. We're capturing A. UAV online. Friendly shock RC is coming. Using Charlie. Predator missile awaiting orders. Predator missile inbound.
I'm hurt! Enemy down!
yet to really cast a hard judgment on it. I obviously like the axe. I'm not gonna show you just what my favorite knife is, but my actual favorite skin. I like the glow stick, but and so I specifically like that they call it the chemical light, because in the army people don't say glow sticks. We use glow sticks all the time in the army for signaling and other stuff, but people don't say glow stick. People call them chem lights, chemical lights, chem lights. So I kind of like that. And I particularly like the Nocturnal Ice Axe, but my all-time favorite melee weapon, all-time favorite, is the OG Hachi. This is the numero uno. Numero uno. The OG Hachi is my favorite for sure. I love it. I love it. Now, don't get me wrong. You see, I've got this pink axe equipped. So I'd say the pink axe is probably second favorite because, I mean, it hurts deep in your soul when you get killed by a pink axe. But the OG Hachi is number one. OG Hachi for me. I do not have the lava axe, though, so that's a factor.